but which touch a part of us which makes us quiet inside and begin to feel the sense of the sacred and wish to understand it and reflect and think in that way, think from the heart and the mind together. And so those ideas have been part of great cultures and great civilizations. And they were at one time part of America too, I think. But they've gone out of fashion, they've gone out to the margin. And when people do not feel, when many people, many people do not feel invited or quickened or called to great ideas that speak to them, they have to turn somewhere for life, for vitality, and if it winds up turning to material things and objects and pleasures and pain, and pleasures of the ego and of the psyche, psychological materialism, if you want. And that's what I mean, and I feel that America needs to bring that back into the culture.
I'm struck by the synchronicity of the last year or two, the books that have reached bestseller status, like David McCullough's Adams, book about John Adams, Abigail Adams, and Spirit of the Rebellion by Jeff Shirah, Founding Brothers.
Founding Brothers, yeah.
Book about Benjamin Franklin. All these books coming out, and now your book, The American Soul. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think is behind that?
Well, there is a feeling, a sense, what many of us have, that American life is drifting. This is a powerful, enormous world, America. But that it's drifting toward this, what we just spoke of, this materialism, this meaningless tempo and speed and acquisition and business and money and doing very successful things in all those areas. But no culture can survive go very long without feeling the lack of when there is not the spiritual dimension in it in some way or other. It can't go very far. People can't survive very long. There is a kind of hunger for the meaning of our own culture, our own country, our own society. And there's been a lot of criticism of America, and some of it very justified, and a lot of America bashing within our country as well as out, like a lot of superficiality, a lot of triviality, a lot of relativism, a lot of fractioning of ethnic and social classes, some of it very justified. And where do you turn for vision? You know, in my book I have the epigram at the beginning, it was from the book of Proverbs, where there is no vision, the people perish. So people are looking for the depth of our own, and we have in our own, still have, as Americans, we still have these people in our psyche that are like symbols, or like heroes, that have some meaning in us, and we don't know what they mean. They're there. Lincoln is there. Adams is there. But Adams is now coming there. He wasn't there much before.
Yes, right.
But Jefferson is still there, even with all and Washington and all the great figures and all the great events, like the Constitutional Convention, which is kind of a miracle, what happened there. These things are in us, but they resonate, but we don't know what they mean.
That phrase, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, in the Declaration of Independence, in the opening, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And you wrote that no democracy is possible. The pursuit of happiness has nothing to do with pursuing consumer items.
Absolutely.
And somehow I think we've gotten it confused.
Well, he has completely confused, and we know that it doesn't have to do with that. But yes. What else is there?
And yes, right. What else is there? Right. Yes.
Of course we know that. Nobody, if you said it to almost anybody, unless you're a complete moron, I mean, happiness means having a new video and a new this and that, they would say, no, I know, but where else is it? Where do you find it? And so going back to Jefferson, and what does that, to try to what I'm trying to do is to offer some hope of retelling the story of America in a way that really resonates to the spiritual dimension in us, and not so much to the old myths, the old stories, which a lot of us are pushing aside, you know, that they don't. There's been a lot of criticism, a lot of cynicism about our heroes, our cultural heroes, and Jefferson, for example, and others. And they need to be revived, but in a way that respects the adult need for real meaning.